Alright, so we're dipping into our blue. It's laying down some shadows. Need something a little bigger here. Let me get this one. There we go. Way too small. There we go. That's the ticket. And the key to making things look good is really just time and layers. You don't want to do it all in one go. That's what I think anyway. That's what I've learned over the years. Is you lay down a layer, let it dry. Lay down a layer, let it dry. Yeah, that's how you do it. And boot's black, so I'll just fill it all in there with that. Go back in and do a little of this, a little of that action. Yeah, there we go. Nothing better than texture. There we go. Alright, let's let that dry. Just wanting to hit up a few more spots. Little detailed things here and there. Yeah, this is fun. Mm-hmm. And the thing is you may put some stuff down that you don't like, which is fine. You know, you can go back over it and just delete it. And how do you delete it? You paint over it. It's just like a computer. You got a delete button. It's beautiful how that is. Nope. Let it go too far. That's alright. Got a paper towel. Sometimes I like to shade just with the splatter. It's kind of fun. You know, just random. A lot of times the more random you can get it, the better you are. More random. That's what we need, more random. Kind of feeling like I need to do something big here, like a big right across it, like let me do this. Let me take this stinky water here. The reason why it's kind of stinky is because it's been sitting around here for a while. Kind of like this stuff going on right here. Let's see if I can lift it up. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Some details and overlays and texturing right there. It's kind of nice. Okay, it's time to clean this water out. It's been a few days. It happens, you know. Yep. It's got some stale paint and water in there. But, yeah. Yeah, this is kind of nice. And one thing, you know, when you're painting all the way to the edge of the piece of paper, you got to kind of look around and, yep, see, I had a little dribble going on the other side. That's fine. That just kind of adds to the fun of it, you know. Got stuff like that going on. So we got skits in two places, but it's kind of like, hey, he's running in, and then he ends up over here and he finds boot. Pulls boot out of a garbage can, so that's fun. Let me get, what do we got here? Maybe, yeah. Get that and that. I'm gonna mix up some colors here. Get a little of this and that. Yeah, I kind of want to just see what happens when I do something like this. Boop. Need some water. A little bit of water. There we go. It's kind of a nasty looking color. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like it. I don't like that color. That's alright. I can just paint right over it. Anyway, we'll just paint right over it once it dries. No big deal. Let me go back in here and I gotta let that dry and then I can come back in and do that. But for now, let's just let something dry and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so I kind of want to start thinking about putting some textures and stuff in here. Got my scissors, got me some screen, something I like to use to get some textures and pieces. And yeah, let me just cut this up a little bit here. I think I kind of want to get some texture going off the page here. Yeah, kind of like that. And then let me bring it in down in here as well. Yeah, definitely. Alright. I'm going to do that. I also got some cheesecloth. I don't know if I'm going to put this in here quite yet. No, I might. I don't know, I might just do some more of a tape. I think I might just do some tape. Anyway, let me put some of this texture down and we'll go from there. Got my matte medium. And it may seem like I'm doing this kind of random, but I'm actually not. I kind of had it going in my mind. You know, you got to kind of think ahead when you're doing this stuff. It's like, oh, I got something going on. I got to figure out what I'm going to do next to kind of tie some stuff together and move into the next page. And there's all sorts of stuff going on. And you just got to kind of go with it. See what you can come up with. So I'd already kind of had this planned here, kind of like that. I think that's going to be where I do it, right there. And this one, yeah, right here. I'll do that right there. Yeah. Go. might bring some over into the other side too. We'll just see how this goes and how I feel about it. Alright, there we go. Now I just gotta sit here and let that dry, and then I'll peel it up, and it'll give me a nice little texture, and then I gotta let it dry even more, and it'll look nice. It'll be cool. Let's kind of move over. Let's move over to the other side now. Alright. So ow! Got paint all over my shorts. These are my favorite shorts too. Might have to take a break. Alright, well, that was interesting. Got blue paint all over my pants. My shorts. I pretty much got it out though. It's just part of painting. It's gonna happen. So anyway, back where I was talking about, I'm kind of liking what's going on over here. I'm cool with this. Right here, I feel like I need to do some stuff. I'm not quite sure what, but I'm feeling like these textures will help kind of move it forward a little bit. I need to start fleshing out Skits' face there. I can't put this down because I'll get paint everywhere. I'm just dropping stuff now. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. Don't want to put it down on the floor because got nice wooden floors. Paid decent money for these floors and worked hard to put them down. Anyway, there we go. Now I got blue hands again. This is just a part of it, you know? It happens. Alright, let me we'll work on Skits' face on that piece right there. Let me get this. Water. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. I got stuff all over my fingers. Slipping out of my hand. Ow! I put my arm in this too. That's hilarious. Alright, anyway. Anyway, there we go. Just start putting down a little bit of paint. Kind of draw out the figure here out of the dark. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna start looking pretty good. There we go. Alright. There we go. Yeah. Pull out them garbage bags a little bit. Yeah. Kind of cool. Texturize that a little bit. And then I'll have to bring these out a little bit over here too. There we go. Alright, let me get this lid right here. And then hit this edge, really bring that out. That's all crumpled up. I'll have to re-detail that a little bit, but that's pretty much it. A little bit on that edge. And of course this one over here is going to need it too. Yeah, you know, like I said, it just takes layers and layers and layers and build up, and it eventually starts to look like something. You would think because the straitjacket's white, I would paint it white, but I'm actually going to go back in here and do a few different colors on the straitjacket to really make it pop. Making it pop. And in the darks on this, I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow with my blue, get a nice little green, and put in some darks with that greeny blue type hue. It makes it really look nice. Let me see what we got over here. Is that dry? Yeah, it's dry. Let me put a little more in there. Actually, let me do it really. Do it with a little more detailed brush this time. There we go. Yep, kind of liking that. It's looking good. Just little details here and there. And usually I just want to put stuff down and leave it down. Don't want to go back in and keep muddying it up. Just put it down, leave it. One of the biggest mistakes that artists make is going back in and while it's wet and everything, just keep adding stuff and keep doing stuff to it. It's best to just let it lay. Put it down, let it dry. Put it down, let it dry. You know, and don't keep moving it all over the place. Just put a brush stroke down. Leave it. That's all you gotta do. Just leave it. You just end up with a bunch of nothing if you just keep working it and working it and working it. So don't do that. Let's see here. This is starting to dry. I'm gonna let this dry for about another 15-20 minutes and then I'm gonna pull it up. So let's just let it dry a little bit. Okay, well, we let it dry for a little while, so let's go ahead and pull it off. See what we got. Yeah, we got some good stuff there. If you let it dry too long, you'll tear the paper as you're pulling it up. It's always the fear. And this one feels like it's about perfect. Yeah, that one turned out real good. Now what we gotta do is just let it dry, and then we can do some texturing, you know, some painting over it, and it'll look really nice. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to that. So I figured I'd spend a minute working on some detail stuff, and what I'm gonna use is fluid graphite. I'm gonna use that to do some more detail work, getting some shadows, stuff like that. And it comes out of the jar, it's really thick, and you gotta kind of use it like ink and water it down a little bit so you can get some good washes. So that's what I've done here. There we go. So let's see here, let me just test a little. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just work it like you would washes, ink washes or washes of paint or pretty much anything else. And I just like putting down layers of this. It I don't know, it just I like the way it feels. That's something that you'll learn moving on. You know, the more you do art, you'll find that there's just certain things that you like better than others. And this is one of them things where I just like the way it feels. I like how it is when I put it down on the paper. I like how it dries. I like everything about it. So you just gotta find what works for you. What makes the lines that you're interested in making. What makes the shapes and the forms that you're interested in making. course, all of this you can mix just fine with acrylics. These are all water-based materials that I'm using. Now, if I wanted to, once I'm done, or I get to a particular point in the piece, I could paint over these in with the oils and give it a little more pop, a little more pizzazz. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that with this. I think we're just going to leave it kind of the way that I'm working with it. One of the good things is working with washes is if you put something down that you're not quite sure of, you can just kind of pull it back up with a little piece of paper. And I am using a pretty delicate brush for this, but just a number 2 round. I know a lot of people get really interested in what type of brushes you use. But brush doesn't really matter what type of brush you use. Just however you want to use it. I got a few nice brushes, and then I have a whole bunch of junky brushes, and I rarely ever use the nice brushes. I don't really see the point in using the nice ones, to be perfectly honest with you. This one's just it's a Velvet Touch, which I think is one of the house brands of Hobby Lobby. So, nothing special. I do have a couple Winsor Newtons that I'll use for certain inking, but I gotta tell you, this Velvet Touch number 2 round works better than the Winsor Newton number 2 round. I don't know why. Just in my opinion, it works better, and the Winsor Newton is way more expensive, and it's supposed to be a lot nicer brush, but I don't see it. Sometimes when I get the Winsor Newtons, they're because you gotta order a lot of real nice Winsor Newtons. They'll come in and they'll just be kind of tore up. The bristles are every which way, and I gotta, cut some out, do things like that. So, yep. This is just me, though. There's lots of people out there that swear by them. Even when I'm doing like detailed comic book inking, I just use these crappy ones right here. I think for me, they just do a better job. And also, I like to do a lot of scumbling around, just kind of. And these seem to work pretty good with that. eventually in any piece that you're working on, you're gonna have to stop and look at it and say, okay, where do I want the eye really to go? And this is stuff that you should do pre-planning, but this is just sketching, right? I mean, this is literally just a sketchbook for the most part, you know. We're doing a story in our sketchbook, but it's still a sketchbook, so you got to kind of figure those things out. And for me, this one right about here is the focal point for this page, and then I kind of got 3 points of interest on this page. So that's where my darkest darks will be, and I'll go back in with inks to get that done. So I want to kind of do high rendering in those areas, and then loose as I go away from there. And again, like I've said before, I'm just putting shapes down and leaving them. I don't want to worry too much about going back and noodling and noodling and noodling. It's not really what you do with this. You know, I'm just here to plop down a few spots and then go from there. Now, let me get a certain type of brush here. I want to kind of throw some little splatter here and there. There we go. Not much, it'll dry up pretty light, but it'll look cool. I'm gonna add, I got this blue yellow mixture kind of making this interesting green that I'm gonna add in my shadows. And I'm gonna use the Winsor Newton too this time instead of the junk brush, just to kind of show you the difference. Alright. It's a little too much color there. I want a little less. Just kind of want the hint of it here and there. There we go. I'm going to do a little bit the same here. Just a little bit. This brush can hold water a little bit better. Which is kind of nice. It's a nice aspect of the Winsor Newton. It's a natural brush. It's a sable brush instead of synthetic, and the sable brushes always hold a lot more liquid in them, which is it's a nice feature, definitely. There you go. It's kind of nice. It's just in that area where the lights and darks come together that I really want to get it. There we go. And then I'll be putting a warm color next to that. But if you can see, let me see if I can get this up here. Let me. The bristles in it, it's just all tore up. I can't get it to go straight, and I'll have to trim those bristles out of there but they just keep, they just keep popping out, so I'm gonna have to trim those. Garbage. But all of them do that too, all the ones I've gotten anyway. Whatever. Alright, let me get a little red here. Well, I'm going to be using the red oxide anyway. Red oxide and white. I'm going to use a flat instead of a round. There you go. Getting that so it pops out a little bit more there. But see, I've put it right up against that edge. Right up against that green there. It's kind of nice. Yeah. Move over to this one now. is kind of dark, this red. But I'll make it work here. Maybe a little more white. Yeah, a little more white. There you go, kind of like that. There we go. Yeah, kind of like that. I'm gonna pull some of this white into the straight jacket here. There we go. Let's get a bunch of white here. There we go, look at there. And with this, I'm just going to put down some whites and leave them nice and thick and juicy. There we go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Kind of like that. Nice. More white. Yeah, it's real nice. Let me bring some of this white over to this other side. Yeah, that's nice. Mm-hmm. Alright. One thing you don't want to do is do a lot of really cool like mark making and energy and just lines and then cover it up and try and tighten it and to where you lose that energy. So me, I'm gonna keep it so I don't lose the energy. I've got these kind of marks right in here. I kind of like that. So, let's see if I can bring this a little closer. Yeah, it's real nice. It's nice. That's another thing too. You can look at your pieces through camera, like taking pictures of them and stuff, and you see what you want to do to them immediately. You'll start to notice things, and it's just mind blowing. It really is. You're just kind of seeing it through a different lens, and it really helps you. Just get some thick lines here. There we go. So I kind of, when you put thick paint and texture, it tends to make it come forward in your piece. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. Just doing something to make it kind of come forward. So that'll kind of come out and come down to this, which I kind of need to do something with. And something I forgot about is got these textures that we did last time, and I haven't done anything with them yet, so I might go into it and play with that a little bit. That'll be fun. Alright, so I'm going to work with some of this texture here on the side, because I kind of want it to maybe draw the eye around and off the page. I'm not sure. I might do it over here first. Let's just, yeah, there we go. There's that texture I put in. I felt like that texture was kind of important, so there we go. So in between takes, I'm blow drying this to dry it up, and I have this blow dryer here that I don't know, got it from Walmart maybe 10 years ago, and it's just starting to die on me. So I guess it's time for a new one. I don't know, 10, 15 years? I can't remember when I got it. It might have been, yeah, probably just maybe 10 or 12 years ago I got it. Sometimes you buy them and they'll last like a year and then they'll die. Like you get the $7, $8 one at Walmart. And then other times they, I don't know, they'll last forever. Like this one, this was pretty good. I think this one was the $12 one. I bought one of those cheap ones for like $8, and it didn't last hardly any time. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get something a little better than this. It lasted like maybe a year. So yeah, just got to kind of play around with it. But this one, pretty good. I'm gonna dry this, so let me be a little quiet here. Now, as you can see, I don't really care if stuff goes dripping and everything. That just adds fun to the piece. So yeah, I don't care. Just let it drip, roll across the page. I don't care. It just adds more fun to things. Where was that? Oh yeah. Let me get a big chunky brush like this. I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna do a little something here to kind of highlight that texture there. Just kind of brush over it. Kind of like that. Yeah. Get a big old thing. There we go. Be able to see that texture. Sometimes I just want to do textures, you know? Makes it kind of fun. There we go. Kind of fun. I don't think I'm gonna give Skits the color on his pants this time. Maybe just a hint. I think we'll do a hint. How about that? We'll do a hint. All right. Alright, just a hint of color. There we go. Do that. There we go. I like that. Now, I think I want to do a little drawing and I want to come in here with some inks next. So, alright, let's see what we got. If you like what you see in here, give us a like, share, subscribe. Also go on over to the skitscomic.com website. All videos show up there a week before they ever hit YouTube. While you're there, pick you up a comic book, print, or go ahead and get you an original piece of art. Lastly, go over to Indiegogo.com and sign up for the book that you're actually watching being made right now. Thank you and have a great day.